Hi everyone, I just thought I'd let you know about Super Sounds Club. Now Super Sounds Club is phonics focused and each lesson is going to be split into two, focusing on the same letter sounds. Now in lesson 1 we're going to focus on the introduction of the new sounds, and I'm not going to do any actions because many of us have different actions and I don't want to confuse any of the children. In my school we watch the alpha blocks to introduce new sounds, so we've kind of made some actions that correspond to those, so I wouldn't want to confuse them. Once I've introduced the sounds, we will sing my sound song, and this links the name of the letter with the sound. And in class I would ask children to stand up and we would make the actions really big, and this would become our phonics dance. Finally, in this lesson, I will say the sound and ask the children to either hold up a flashcard that matches it or write it on a whiteboard. Now in lesson 2, we will focus on segmenting and blending for writing. We will play Oh Do You Know, and again, you can either use flashcards to make the word or a whiteboard to write the words. As we learn more sounds, I move from flashcards to whiteboards, as children find keeping track of too many flashcards a little bit problematic. And then finally in this video we'll be exercising our writing force. This helps children hold a phrase or a sentence in their heads and write it from memory. I found that this really builds their confidence to become independent writers. Now during writing force I start by asking children to sit on their whiteboards, and then I write something on my whiteboard. We say it together lots of times, reading it, pointing to it. I use different voices sometimes. And then we take a photo of it with our eyes. We'd want to hold it in their heads. Then I ask them to close their eyes, so then they can keep repeating over and over. They might want to sound it out, just keep repeating it. And then once the force is with us, we open our eyes, we get out our whiteboards, and then we have a go at writing down what was there. I'd rub mine out at this point while their eyes are closed, and then they can write it down. Now at this early stage, I don't worry about them copying each other, and I don't really worry too much about if they're making mistakes, because I really want them just to try and be as independent as possible. Once they're finished, they hold up their boards and we mark it together. We kind of get them to look at it and see if it's matching. So I rewrite mine. As I rewrite the first part, I say, oh, does yours look a bit like mine? Give it a tick, and then we tick in the air, tick. And they love doing that bit. And then at the very end, you could say, I have the writing force to really empower them. And then once that's all finished, that's the round off to our second lesson, if I see the children independently writing during the continuous provision, then I might say something like, I can see you exercising your writing force, you know, I can see the power's really strong in you today, just to encourage that independence throughout their play as well. And you can see them have a bit of a puff of their chest, a bit feeling quite proud of themselves that they're doing that. Well, I hope this is helpful. It gives you a rundown of what the structure of my Super Sounds Club is. And I hope you find them useful and enjoyable.